Good evening. It is so great to be here with everyone. Michelle is right. This is an incredible view of the room. Our next introduction, I really have a point of personal privilege. I'm a proud friend and devotee of Karine Jean-Pierre, who I met over a decade ago when I was a baby staffer in the Obama White House. Our mutual friend, Brian Bond, told me there was another Black queer woman who worked in the building and that she sat right upstairs. I was pretty sure Brian was mistaken, but sure enough, I walked up the stairs and there Karine was in the flesh, in the EEOB, embodying leadership at the White House I did not know existed. I think we can all agree that the history making, and in this case, the Herstory making, Karine Jean-Pierre has manifested is barrier breaking. Her role at the White House represents, in her words, a few firsts, as the first Black, gay, immigrant woman, the first 3 of all of these communities to hold the position of White House press secretary. Can we give her a hand? The truth is, this is a job that Karine has prepared for her entire life. From navigating living in the U.S. as the child of working-class immigrants, to work early on in her career as an environmentalist, to working for President Obama's campaigns and White House, and later, of course, her work in the Biden-Harris campaign. Karine's ambitions, achievements, and success has propelled progress in ways that we will be quantifying for generations to come. Interviewing her today is the one and only April Ryan, the award-winning reporter, give it up, the award-winning reporter, author, and current White House correspondent and DC bureau chief for the GRIO. April has served on the board of the prestigious White House Correspondents Association and is one of only 3 African Americans in the association's over 100-year history to serve on its board. We got to change that. April's next book, Black Women Will Save the World, an anthem, comes out this fall from HarperCollins and has been touted as the long overdue celebration of Black women's resilience and unheralded strength. Please join me in welcoming Karine and April.
Good afternoon. Maybe evening now, but good evening, everyone. You want to sit in the middle? Come on. I shouldn't have to tell the press secretary where to sit. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us. It is awesome to be outside of that press briefing room.
Yes.
We can act like we kind of like each other, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I love April.
I actually love Karine, and this is the honest to God truth. I just got over COVID. While I was in COVID, where's Lauren? She's going to call me. Can you do this? I said, well, I got COVID. If I'm negative, they said, Karine wanted me. I said, okay, if Karine says it. Because she is a Black woman who what?
Leads.
Amen. Now have a seat, Miss Leader.
You're the queen, so I have to...
Yes. Let's say this. Okay, first of all, today, before we have to acknowledge this. First of all, ladies, stand up. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Because we don't get enough. No, do it like you mean it. Because if we don't celebrate ourselves, no one else will. And I say that because today at the White House is a very historic day. The K's have it. I think that is, I'm at Sesame Street now. I think President Biden thinks K is his most favorite letter in the alphabet.
Yes.
Today. We have, at the beginning, Kamala. In October, Ketanji. We got this one, Karine. And today, Atlanta had a mayor named
Keisha.
That's right. The K's have it. Black women are leading.
And I have to say, this president has elevated more Black women in this administration than any other president.
Yeah.
Than any other president.
This is the most diverse administration. I've covered 5 now. I am actually the longest serving Black female journalist in the White House, 25 years. And over that period of time, I've seen diversity come and go. We know which administration where it left. You just caught on to that, okay. But we see where it is today. And not only is it racially diverse, it's gender diverse as well. And also, give us some other diversity. Yeah.
LGBTQI plus.
Yes. And you represent 3 areas.
Yeah, I do. I'm just listening to you, April. Whenever you want me to talk, I'm ready to do it.
Oh, that's okay. I like your shade. So anyway, so when we talk about success in Black women, I think about something Viola Davis said: opportunity. So many of us have prepared for this moment, but have never been given the opportunity. And sister, you've been given that opportunity.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like right now in this moment?
It has a smell, y'all. Wow. So this is overwhelming. It's been a long 3 weeks, however long it's been. It's been a long day. The day is not over. I got to go back to the White House to have a meeting. First of all, thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I know so many folks in here who have been such wonderful supporters. I don't think I can be here or April can be here without our community. Mm-hmm. That's just real. We cannot do this by ourselves. It is very lonely, as you all know. I know many of you know what I'm talking about. It is very hard. And you're constantly, even when you make it, you're constantly fighting. And it is a continued battle. But to your point, opportunity matters. Opportunity is a huge, big deal. And one thing that I can say is my ride with Biden, I'm sorry. This past, not even a year and a half, but from the campaign, he's given me an opportunity. I became the then running mate, Kamala Harris, Senator Harris's chief of staff, because he personally asked me to do it. He called me and personally asked me to be her chief of staff. I did not know who he had picked at the time, but he called me and he said, I think you would be a good fit. And this is something that I'm asking you to do. And he said, when you're done, you're going to come back with me, but I want you to do this. And he's the one clearly who asked me to be the White House press secretary. Went into his office and he asked me, is this something that you want to do? And I said, of course. We had a quick conversation. It was very quick. And so those are opportunities that I have been gratefully given, but we all know we have to work harder than everybody else. The stereotypes are real. Yeah. And, sometimes people are working against you.
Sometimes?
Most of the times. I know this is live, so I'm trying to...
It may be live, but I believe in truth.
Truth is true. And truth is the real deal.
And in that room, right, and in that room, every day when you come into that room, you have to be prepared. You have to know your stuff, because if you don't...
They'll come from me harder than... Yeah. It's real.
It's real. I noticed with any press secretary, when a reporter, if they're worth their salt, if they see blood, they go in for the kill. How do you stave that off?
So you have to have a thick skin in this job. Very, very thick skin. So that's number one. And it's not just the reporters in the room, it's the outside forces as well. So you have to have a thick skin. And it's never to let them see you sweat. And that's like key. And you know this, the White House press secretaries who have had the hardest, I won't say the hardest. One thing that I believe White House secretaries understand is if you lose your cool, it doesn't even matter if the person who asked you the question was wrong. If you lose your cool, it's on you. And you're representing, this is the thing that I think about all the time, I am representing the president. It's not about me. It's
not
about
just
him.
the president, the American people.
The American people, true, and all these different communities who are who are watching. So that's very true. And so composure, thick skin, not letting them see you sweat is huge for so many reasons.
Historically, we know minorities, particularly Black women, are not supposed to be in this room. And then for a Black woman, and then Black women to be in the room where it happens. What did Shirley Chisholm say when she ran for president in 1972? If you don't have a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Yeah. And there are forces, as you say, that are mad that you even have a folding chair in the room where it happened. But look at this picture, the optics. Yeah. In a room where there's policy, Karine, Susan Rice, soon to be Keisha Lance Bottoms, in a room with people who don't look like us. Power, leadership. What does it take to get to that level?
Prayer, family, friendship. I mean, all of those things. Yeah, you could be amazing and you could be brilliant and you could work really hard, but if you don't have those things, the foundation, the things that help you stay up, stay strong, stay fulfilled, stay loved, how do you make it?
Mm. Yeah. And I forgot one name. I forgot the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
That's three.
Yeah. That's right. She's in the room.
She is in the room. Sometimes steering the room.
She's in the room, steering the room. Yeah. Pushing things through. Absolutely.
So what is the pushback? And let's be real honest. When you have strides, when you change the dynamic of what used to be, I mean, go look at some of the government photos from way back in the day, right? Yeah. And you see what they call in fashion a splash of color. I said, okay, I see it. It's this way. But there is a reaction to a move forward. What is the reaction that you've been hearing, and it is honest and as anecdotal as you can give, to the sea change, to the change that is happening?
So this is such a good question because KBJ,
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
We know
I know, but I just like saying.
They know who I'm talking about.
And still I rise, yes.
Still I rise. So in a very short weeks, she became an icon, in my opinion. And it was amazing to see and what her appointment meant to so many Black women. And then people watched, as we all know, the hearings, which were devastating for some of us. And watching her, we all love Senator Cory Booker and what he did and stepped in, and that's what we need, right? And I think I had COVID, and so I was watching a lot of it from my basement. COVID
you were
jail.
Stuck in the basement.
I was
during
COVID jail. Okay. Eating kale, because apparently that's what you do. Long story.
COVID jail, eating
COVID
kale.
jail, eating kale. Terrible rap song about to be created here. But there was something about her that I remember thinking, this is amazing. It's like we needed it. We needed the KBJ. We needed that moment for us. And so that happened. And then, I don't know, maybe a month later, my announcement happened. Like, we knew, I think all of us knew, it was going to be a big deal, right? It's historical. It's going to be a big deal. First Black woman to be press secretary, White House press secretary. But something happened with that moment as well. And it became bigger than I had thought it would be. And it was very emotional, and it was very shocking. Like, I knew it was going to be, you inherently know it's going to be a big deal, but it just took off in a way that I had not expected. Like the sea change of it, and people would come up to me and start crying.
Yeah.
like literally start crying and bawling. And it doesn't matter. I was in Asia. I was in, where were we? I forgot. I was in South Korea. Women came up to me. South Korean women came up to me crying. Went to Japan. The driver, who was a guy who was in the car driving us, he was like, is this crazy? You know, he took out his phone and he was like, oh my God, and started hugging me. It was wild. I would just, go to the grocery store. People are crying. And they would say to me how much it meant to see me, just see me at the podium. And I think that is the responsibilities that so many of us have. I'm sure many of you in this room, when you're the first, and what that means for so many people, and you carry that with you, and it's heavy. But that's the sea. I think that's the beginning of a sea change, right? And the most important thing, which is the thing that we have to continue to remember, is you can't be the last, right? You have to make sure you cannot be the last.
As you rise, you have to pull someone with you, and with her today from the White House is
Erica Lowe.
Yeah, Erica Lowe in communications, another sister.
She's amazing. If you don't know Erica, get to know Erica. She's good people.
Yes. So in these last few moments, when you lead, remember, people are watching you, but it's not about optics. It's not about fake it till you make it, because we don't do that in this room.
You can't.
We
can't do that.
Because you'll be called out on it.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, and there's a friendly adversarial relationship here, the press and the press secretary. But from a human standpoint, as a black woman whose mama and daddy had a picture of King and Kennedy, my mother died before Barack Obama, just before Barack Obama became president. And I said, Ma, do you think that will happen? She said, we'll see. My parents came from a time when they saw black people assassinated, and King was assassinated, then who? Bobby Kennedy, 6 weeks in between. We never thought that would happen. Then to see Barack Obama, then to see Kamala Harris, then to see Karine Jean-Pierre speaking the president's words to the world, then to see a black woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson, getting ready to put the robe on in the United States Supreme Court. And to see all of this that women are doing when they told us we couldn't be in the pulpit, we couldn't lead anything, not even in the home. To sit in that room, from my history, to see this black woman, I almost cried that day.
You did.
Oh, stop.
She cried. She cried. She had her mask on, but she cried.
I was like, you talk too much. I think you do that for a living. So anyway.
You set yourself up.
I know, didn't I? But as a black woman, understanding her history, to see this, it's not optics. Remember who you are. Remember what you bring in the room where it happens when you lead black women.
Yeah.
And with that said, I love all of you. That's why my book is coming out at the end of the year. It's my love letter
She's
to
a
black
rapper,
women.
y'all.
It's my love letter to black women.
That album.
I appreciate you.
I love you, April.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.